Hi, everyone. This is Nicole Watkins, the Director of Author Support here at Morgan James Publishing, and I've got the pleasure of speaking with Kathy Hardy, author of Migraine Relief with Hypnosis. I am so excited to talk with you today, Kathy, on this exact topic. As a migraine sufferer myself, I am really interested in the encompassing message of your book. So to kick things off, what made you choose this particular topic?
Well, the reason I chose this particular topic, Nicole, was because that's what I found help from hypnosis for. And I became a hypnotist after a 40-year career as a nurse. And primarily when I went in, I was looking at helping people with smoking and alcohol and drug problems and weight loss, kind of the bread and butter of hypnotists. But what happened was, as I started my practice and seeing more people, and meanwhile, I was doing my self-hypnosis practice twice a day, I started realizing that my migraines were becoming few and far between. So I thought, wow, this is amazing, because I've suffered from migraines for 46 years, since I was a young teenager. And I don't know, well, you do have experience with migraine pain, and you know that it can just suck hours out of a day when you have a migraine headache. And many times people that have migraine headaches have them quite frequently, you know, maybe even 10 or 15 times in a month. That's a lot of pain. So I wrote this book, and I'm so delighted because since writing the book, I've had a number of people read the book and then come to me for hypnosis one-on-one. So I feel like the tools that I have to offer people with migraine headaches and the self-hypnosis process that I use can just make all the difference. I was just commenting to a family member this morning, actually, that I can't even remember when I had a migraine headache.
Wow.
And that's amazing. I'm just using my own tools. And it took a while for them to start going away, but little by little they went away. And I learned a lot about myself and a lot about how my brain works in the process of getting to the point where I hardly ever have migraine headaches. And I feel I'm well equipped to help other people.
That's absolutely fantastic. Yes, it's any of us that have suffered from migraines, like you said. I mean, you lose hours. I personally, I would get migraines and they would last for 3 days, and they're debilitating. They just completely take you out. And, as someone who has a job, or, in my case, I've got a 6-year-old son, it's like the world around you does not stop. So to be in that debilitating pain, to take you down for hours, for days, it's just, we can't afford that loss of time. So my next question for you is, have you had success in your hypnosis practice helping people decrease that headache pain?
Absolutely. A lot of headache pain, pain is a complicated topic, and the pain pathways in your body are complex. But a lot of what happens when you have chronic headache pain, and I would just like to tell you that something like, I only have like 2 statistics in my book because I don't think statistics help people with headache pain, but it is interesting to note that it is very widespread. Something like 32 million Americans suffer from migraine headache pain. And the World Health Organization, now this is looking at the whole world, the World Health Organization states that migraine pain is one of the top 20 reasons for years of healthy life lost due to a disability. So they recognize the amount of pain that causes years lost from headache. So I added up one time my 46 years of headache pain. I just went back and kind of did the average and added up the math. And I realized that in my life, I have lost 2,070 hours to migraine headache pain. And back when I was the nursing administrator, I knew that a full-time employee worked 2,080 hours. So I knew that that's the amount of hours are in a full-time calendar work year, 40 hours a week. So 2070, it's right up there. So I've lost a whole year, as if I were at work for a whole year having this intense pain. the photophobia, not being able to tolerate light, the nausea, and just no energy. And then the depression that goes with that. So a lot of what I help people with in migraine sessions with hypnosis is we're going back over a lot of time in your life. There's a lot of various things that have contributed to this migraine headache. You know, there's about 20 factors for each and every person, and a lot of those people have already nailed down, but the emotional pressure from things that happened to you earlier in life, the stresses, the losses, you've got grief back there, you've got anger back there. And in hypnosis, we can release these things very quickly and very easily. And that gives you more bandwidth just to make it through your day.
Sure.
Without getting a headache.
Right. And wow, to really put it in perspective of just how much time is lost for those of us that endure this pain and any kind of chronic pain. When you start to do the math, that really puts it in perspective. To really, we really need to seek out something that's going to work for us. So one of the things that I think a lot of people have experienced through this pandemic is the shift in how we've had to correspond with our physicians, and many of us have had to go, through like a teledoc format to continue that care where we're not able to go in person. So, does hypnosis work by video calls the way teledoc online office visits work?
It works exactly the same way. And I probably wouldn't have really pursued doing hypnosis online if it were not for the pandemic. But because of that, I was currently seeing, like, I think of my client load, I had 3 smokers, and we really needed to finish up no matter what, because the risk of them becoming ill from the pandemic was really dangerous for them as smokers. So we just immediately switched to Zoom, the Zoom platform. And with a doctor, you're just talking one-on-one with them. And when I do hypnosis with you, I am talking with you, and I just need to be able to see your face. I need to be able to see your breathing. So I have a whole sheet of instructions I give my clients. We need a really solid internet connection. And we have a process for if we get disconnected, so that we always finish with a phone call, and we're very clear about the end of the session and what happens next. But I have had 0 problems with doing hypnosis by Zoom. It's not necessary for me to touch a person to do hypnosis. There are some hypnotic techniques that require just touching a shoulder, touching a hand, but I don't need to do that. There's a lot of different ways to help somebody into a trance state where they can really benefit from all the value that hypnosis has to offer them. So hypnosis by Zoom is easy, and even if quite taught a lot of people in the past few months how to use Zoom. It's a great platform, and even just the built-in camera and the built-in microphone in the average computer is absolutely fine.
Excellent. That's so fantastic. It's, I think there's a lot that we've learned through this pandemic of how some of these things, just as you said, even though we're not in person, there's still ways that we can get that self-care and that care from our physicians or whomever we're working with. And what a great resource you have here with your recent release. Again, that title is Migraine Relief with Hypnosis. I definitely recommend anyone who has suffered from migraines and that headache pain to check out and connect with Kathy, especially maybe if someone's looking for a means where they're not having to be on so many different prescriptions, or maybe, always looking at what's going to work right for you. But I think this would be a really great alternative way to, treating that chronic pain in a way that is not is not making us have to take so many different prescriptions, which I know a lot of people are looking for alternative ways outside of that pill bottle, right? So Kathy, one last and final question that I'd love to ask is, if someone were wanting to really look at this this way of treating their migraines, maybe, you know, their track that they've been on is not working great for them, and they want to branch out and seek some other ways of treating that, what is the best way that they can connect with you and learn a little bit more information about the techniques that you use?
The best thing for people to do is simply to go to my website. It's www.salishhypnosis.com, SALISH, like the ocean, and hypnosis, HYPNOSIS. At my website, on the very first page at the bottom, there's a button, and you can just get right onto my calendar and schedule a 30-minute talk with me by Zoom. And if Zoom doesn't work for you, you can send me an email and we can talk on the phone.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And I just want to let our viewers out there know that Kathy's book is available through your favorite bookstore, online, or once the stores start opening back up, there's definitely ways that you can get her book through your local brick and mortar store. But Kathy, thank you so much for taking time to talk about this utmost important message and bringing more healing to the world. Thank you again.
Thank you, Nicole.